Hello everybody, it's EzraTime again here. Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth final trailer, and I guess the state of play as well. I was actually a bit reluctant to make this video, because I was planning to skip the trailer, but at the same time, the temptation, man, it finally got me. So I'm just like, well, all right. I watched the state of play, I watched the final trailer, obviously, which was on state of play. And it was like, yeah, I mean, it was not that bad, I guess, the final trailer, but it does reveal some stuff, for the future game, obviously. And then it was kind of surprising at certain moments, but at the same time, I don't think it was that bad, at least in my opinion, but I guess who knows, right? What they're going to show in the game, are they gonna have more mysteries in the game, or like they just show everything? I have no idea. But so far from the trailer itself, guys, I gotta say, man, I love the hype for the trailer, seeing these multiple regions, like multiple characters, obviously, that we've seen so many times, obviously, in Final Fantasy VII. And then we also see different clothing for the character. Like there is this one scene in Costa del Sol, where Tifa and Aerith like wearing this like sexy beach outfit, which I love. And so does Cloud and Barrett with that sailor outfit, which I really love. We also see Rector team being pretending to be a human, which I love, because that was from the original game, so it was fun they're bringing that back, so yeah, because the whole thing about this trilogy is that they're trying to keep everything from the original Final Fantasy VII intact, and there's gonna be some changes. Obviously, it's pretty clear, like Zack being alive. I have no idea why he's alive, and then what's his story and what his role is going to be in the main storyline, and that's exciting, and I think that's the big like mind-blowing part for me, because I thought they're going to reveal something more about Zack, but no, like so far we only seen like a glimpse about his storyline, how is he alive, and how is he going to affect the bigger story of Final Fantasy VII. We don't know. And I think even Tetsuya Nomura, which is like the creative director for Rebirth and then the director for the first remake, he said that it's gonna be, the ending is gonna be, I don't know, quite surprising. I think he doesn't reveal what it is, obviously, but he does say it's gonna be surprising. It might divide the fans, maybe, because people have different opinions, obviously, where this story direction is going. But I would also like to say that this entire story is going to keep intact, so I don't think we need to worry about that they're gonna like remove certain element from the original storyline. I don't think so, because I know Zack is alive, but that's the crazy part. We have no idea how Zack is going to affect the story, like we have no idea if Zack is even playable in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm assuming he is, but we never seen the gameplay trailer for Zack, and we only see like a glimpses, on every single trailer, just glimpses upon glimpses upon glimpses on other trailer. And I love that, so there is a mystery to Zack's character. We have no idea what his story is going to be in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and that's hype, man. I'm so glad that Square is trying to keep that a secret for this long, so yeah, that's great. And yeah, I guess talking about like certain part of the story that actually kind of got me surprised, or at least like makes me happy even more, is that the moment where Cloud is being, I think, under influence by Genova, and then he's trying to attack Tifa, and then Tifa was like, no, please don't do this, like you see this a bit in the final trailer. And it seems like they are standing on the exact same place from the previous, Destined for Rebirth trailer, where Cloud, yelling Tifa, and then Tifa is like falling like into like a Mako pool or something like that, I have no idea where she is, but it seems like an old reactor maybe, and that's where we see like a weapon or like a creature like leaping out and then potentially eating Tifa as she fall, right? So it seems like the scene started with this, where Cloud is actually under Genova influence, and then he's actually trying to kill Tifa, because here's the thing, this element where Cloud is being controlled by Genova is actually on the original Final Fantasy VII, of course, but I think like he never actually attacked the other party members. I actually remember where he only attacks Aerith, if I remember correctly, where there is this one scene somewhere in the original game where Cloud is trying to beat up Aerith, I think, and then basically just attacking Aerith, and then like Tifa is like trying to stop him or something like that, so I never actually remember if Cloud ever attacked Tifa or the other party member, because I don't think so. But I guess it makes sense now why Jenova is like trying to control Cloud to attack Tifa, saying that, oh no, this is not the real Tifa Locker, because like maybe she died in Nibelheim or something like that, right? Trying to manipulate Cloud, so I think that's what Jenova and Sephiroth do in the original game, but now they're like cranking that up to 11. And I love that so much, so again, I don't think Tifa is going to die. I think this scene is before the ending of the game, because we know the ending of the game is going to be on the Forgotten Capital, I think that's what it was called. And I think we see like the Temple of the Ancient in the trailer, so Tifa is there, so clearly she's still alive, right? I don't think they're going to kill Tifa immediately, because we also see Tifa is like falling into like the pool. So I think what's going to happen is that maybe she's like trying to evade Cloud's attack, and then she fall off into the to the Mako pool or something like that, and that's where the weapon came and hit her, and I think that's where Cloud realized that what he was doing, and then that's where he yells Tifa, and it's gonna be a devastating moment for the character, and I cannot wait, man, because Cody Christian, which is the voice actor of Cloud, does mention that Cloud is going to have a lot more emotion in this game than in the first game, which makes sense, because like now we are focusing a lot more on the character storyline, and I am hyped for that. I am hyped to see his performance as Cloud, because he also said that it's gonna be an unhinged Cloud. And I think this might be a teaser, where we see Cloud being unhinged towards Tifa in a way, where she thinks that Tifa is not real, maybe, and then he tries to attack Tifa, and it's gonna be interesting to see their relationship in the future, and I think it's pretty much confirmed that yeah, Tifa is important to Cloud, and that's why Jenova and Sephiroth is trying to get rid of Tifa in some way, and then try to convince Cloud that yeah, like don't trust Tifa, because obviously Tifa is the key, for Cloud, and I also love they showed the date scene for Cloud and Tifa, in the Golden Saucer. I think that's quite cute, I personally looking forward to that date scene a lot, because I think you can actually date everyone besides Tifa, Aerith, Barret, Yuffie, and I think you can even date Kate Sid and Red 13. I think, which is like, okay, that's new and it's gonna be exciting, so. But I'm really liking, I really like that they decided to show the Cloud and Tifa date in Gold Saucer, because I'm a Cloud Tifa shippers, and it's really cute, to see the two of them. So that's really cool. So yeah, that's exciting. And on top of that, we also got to see some returning character from Crisis Core, and that is Cissnei, which is like the girl from Crisis Core that basically said that Cissnei is not her real name, and that never got resolved, and granted the compilation of Final Fantasy VII came after the original Final Fantasy VII game, so which makes sense because the original game was so popular and it was so life-changing to so many people, so obviously Square Enix is going to continue that at some point. And now it's like they are getting a second chance at that, because now they got the elements from the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, and now we are seeing Cissnei on potentially Gongaga. I think, like, I don't think the town are ever mentioned, but I'm pretty sure she's in Gongaga, and she's no longer a Turk, because she's wearing a different outfit, and it seems like she's doing a group of people on Gongaga. Probably it's like the protector of Gongaga in some way, try to keep like the peace and order in the town of Gongaga, which is Zack's town. And if you remember correctly from Crisis Core, Cissnei does meet with Zack's parent, and I think she even promised to Zack to take care of his parents. So I think that's what she's doing here in the town of Gongaga, and then this is where she's leading this group of people to protect the town. And I absolutely love it, because I was like really hoping that Cissnei is going to appear in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in some capacity, because like again, you tease this character in Crisis Core, so like you have to bring her back at some capacity, because like this is the perfect time to bring her back to complete her storyline. Like what is her real name? Like why is her real name is so important, to Zack potentially, and maybe to the player as well. Like what is your real name is so important? Like why? I don't have any theory, to be honest, what Cissnei real name is and why it was important. I don't have any theory for that. But I'm excited to see what kind of storyline they came up with Cissnei, and it seems like they're going to complete her storyline in some way. So that's gonna be exciting. Also, she recognized Cloud, which is also exciting, you know, because obviously Zack and Cloud was close in Crisis Core, you know, so so the Cissnei with Zack, so obviously Cissnei know Cloud, you know, at some point, even though they never speak, if I remember. So, but she knows Cloud, and that's gonna be pretty exciting to see her role in the main storyline, you know. And on top of that, I mean, they show a bunch of mini games, which I think is pretty cool. You know, it's pretty fun. Some older mini games return, like the box, you know, but there's also some new ones, I think, which is gonna be really fun. Even though I can't play the game, it sucks, you know, but it seems fun, you know. But yeah, and the other story stuff that I want to talk about is obviously the Zack storyline, you know, because it seems like it's a big part of the story, and so far we haven't seen that much of Zack in the trailer, which got me excited, you know, because there is a mystery to his character, and then we see this one scene where Zack and Aerith is like passed out, or maybe she's dead or something. I don't think she's dead, but I think this is where Zack is like holding Aerith, you know, unconscious Aerith, and because we see the Midgar is being destroyed by a tornado, and I think that might be happening on the Zack's timeline, but also maybe it's happening to our timeline either, you know, because I think it could be happening to both timeline, because like that's the tornado happened from the singularity point, you know, if you guys remember from the ending of Remake, you know, where we fight the Harbinger of Fate or something like that, like the Whispers, you know, and then Saffron as well. So I think that's pretty exciting, you know, because we see like there is two Aerith, and then there's also two Tifas and Barrett, and it seems like Barrett and Tifa are dead in Zack's timeline, but it seems like Aerith is still alive at some point, because like we see Zack holding Aerith here, you know, and then it seems like it might lead to the other scene from the other trailer where we see Aerith is on the bed, and then Zack is like, you know, like watching over her, you know. So I am really curious to see what's gonna be Zack's storyline, man, because it seems like it's gonna be another tragic love story between Zack and Aerith, you know, because like it seems like these two never get together, you know. It's like a tragic love story between the two of them, you know. So I don't think this Zack is going to meet the actual Aerith, you know. I think the Aerith in this Zack timeline is still going to be, you know, I don't know, in coma, I'm assuming, or maybe they're gonna do something insane with the ending, you know. Maybe when we know what's going to happen to Aerith in this game, the other Aerith from Zack's timeline is going to wake up finally. Like maybe they're going to do that, and that's gonna be okay, you know. That's certainly gonna be controversial to some of the Final Fantasy VII fans if they are going to do that. But I feel like there is a chance they could absolutely do that, you know, especially if you know the original storyline for Final Fantasy VII, you know what's going to happen to Aerith. And if Aerith's fate is going to stay the same in Rebirth, then what happened if, like, you know, the saddest scene in for Aerith is going to happen in Rebirth, and then suddenly we cut back to Zack's timeline, and then she's awake in Zack's timeline. Like, they could definitely do that. I think that would be interesting to see Zack and Aerith actually working together, because we never got to see that, you know. Like, we get to see that in Crisis Core, which is cute, but not like in the current timeline of Final Fantasy VII, like the 5 years later timeline, you know, because 5 years later Zack was in Zack never met Aerith again, you know, and that's like the sad part about her his character, you know. It's a tragic ending for Zack. So if they are actually going to do that, you know, make Zack and Aerith actually working together in some capacity, that would be amazing in my opinion, you know. I think some people will be pissed off, obviously, understandably, but I was open-minded to see what they are going to do with this kind of storyline. I think it's gonna be pretty exciting in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, so far that's all I can say about the Final Fantasy VII final trailer and state of play, you know. Like, it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a really big and long game, you know. I also watched the demo, you know, from Maximilian Dude, you know. He also has some other footage from his Twitch, you know. So that's really cool to see this other footage from him, you know, and then the playing the demo, you know. And yeah, this game is so big, you know. It's gonna be so vast, and it's gonna have so many other moments, you know, between the character. Yeah, I guess that's my thought for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, guys. So I guess let me know in the comment section below, guys. Like, what do you guys think about the final trailer, you know? Is it too spoilery, maybe? Like, are you regret watching the final trailer, you know? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And, you know, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure, guys, you know, slash that like and subscribe button, guys. And stay tuned for more videos in the future. And again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye!